Also known as sodium bicarbonate, baking soda seems to have 1,000,001 different uses, ranging from baking foods to cleaning surfaces to deodorizing your fridge. It can even help whiten your teeth. It seems as though there's nothing that baking soda can't do. In fact, baking soda might even have more uses than we might have initially suspected. Recently, there has been some discussion as to whether or not baking soda might potentially be able to help with the effects of diabetes. While research is still in its preliminary stages, there already appears to be a promising amount of evidence that suggests a possible connection between the two. Today, we're going to take a look at this research to see if baking soda really can help people with diabetes. Before we begin though, be sure to subscribe to Bestie and ring the notification bell. Also, support our channel by watching until the end. Some researchers have begun conducting research using animal test subjects, which does seem to suggest there might be some evidence to back up this particular theory. This is because baking soda may be able to help protect against the effects of an infection known as mucormycosis, which can commonly occur in people experiencing a condition known as diabetic ketoacidosis. If all of that just sounded like a lot of words that don't make much sense to you, then worry not. Allow us to break some of these words down in order to provide a better understanding. Let's start with diabetic ketoacidosis, otherwise known by the much easier to pronounce abbreviation DKA. DKA is a serious complication related to diabetes, which occurs when your body begins to produce too high levels of a specific type of acid in the blood known as ketones. This can commonly occur if your body is not producing adequate supplies of the hormone known as insulin, which helps your cells to absorb sugar to use as fuel. Without enough insulin to help the cells absorb this sugar, your body may begin using fat as its primary fuel source instead. As your body breaks down fat to use as energy, ketones are released into your bloodstream. If this leads to your body producing too many ketones, then that's when DKA can potentially occur. DKA can be identified by a number of potential signs and symptoms, many of which start occurring very quickly after DKA has begun to take effect. Possible warning signs of DKA include excessive thirst, nausea, vomiting, dry mouth, shortness of breath, frequent urination, confusion, and fatigue. If you are concerned that you may be at risk for DKA, home testing kits are available, which can help to determine whether or not you're currently suffering from this particular condition. If the test is positive, then you should probably seek out a medical professional for help. As for mucormycosis, this tongue twister of a word refers to a rare but often dangerous infection, which has a higher rate of occurring in people who suffer from DKA. Mucormycosis is a fungal infection which can occur as a result of a type of mold known as Mucormycetes. In addition to people with DKA, this fungal infection also commonly targets people with weakened or compromised immune systems, and usually takes root within a person's sinuses or even their lungs. The symptoms of mucormycosis include blisters, tender, swollen, or red skin, or in some cases, even skin tissue that begins to take on a blackened color. If left unchecked, mucormycosis may even potentially turn fatal. If all that sounds scary, then hopefully you'll be happy to hear that there may be some good news on the way. As it turns out, there is some scientific evidence which suggests that household baking soda may be the key to protecting the body against fungal infections, such as the ones caused by mucormycosis. In 2016, a study was conducted on mice to examine whether or not baking soda could prove to be potentially useful when it comes to preventing this potentially fatal infection. According to the research conducted on the mice, a combination of baking soda along with iron chelation was thought to be potentially useful at helping to prevent the infection. While more research will be needed using human participants before we can say with absolute certainty whether or not baking soda is truly effective in this regard, the results so far appear to be nothing short of promising. Until a conclusion is reached on this hypothesis, the good news is that there are other potential ways to treat someone who has been infected with mucormycosis. For example, there are medications available that are able to help protect against the infection using the medicine's antifungal properties. In some cases, surgery may be performed in order to remove infected tissue and prevent the infection from spreading. Depending on whether or not more research is conducted on this subject, however, we may soon be able to add baking soda to the list of possible treatment options. What are your thoughts on the possibility that baking soda could have a significant impact on our physical health? As always, we're interested in hearing what you have to say, so feel free to make a contribution in the comments section below and help us keep the conversation going. Enjoyed this video? Hit like, share, and subscribe to Bestie. Wait, what kind of bestie are we if we don't tell you about our other awesome videos? Go ahead, choose the left or right video and enjoy.